Hello there once again, Press Forward podcast listeners. Thanks again for joining us on this, the 12th episode in our mini-series which we've called Press Pause. This is a collaboration between WP and Up and WPMU Dev, in which we ask people about their WordCamp experiences. I'm Nathan Wrigley, and it's been a great pleasure to be joined by Mika Daly in this endeavour. If you've not had a chance to listen to the previous 11 episodes, I can highly recommend them, and you can find them over at wpandup.org/podcasts. This is a show that gives you a moment to pause and remember that, at its heart, WordPress is made up of real people. People who are just like you. They're into WordPress, possibly for the code. Maybe they're a freelance worker or work out of an agency. Whatever the reason might be, it's fun and interesting to get them all together in one place at the same time so that they can share their passion with people who understand. And that is a WordCamp. This show has two purposes really. Number one is for you to be able to listen to WordCamp stories and enjoy them, and that's great. But there's also a deeper purpose, and that is to encourage those of you who have not had a chance to attend to go for it. Take heart from what you hear and realise that whoever you are, whatever you do, whatever your background, you're going to fit right in. Right, let's get on with the show. This edition of Press Pause is brought to you by Green Geeks. Green Geeks offers an awesome managed web hosting platform that's built for speed, security and scalability whilst being environmentally friendly. Enjoy a better web hosting experience for your WordPress website with Green Geeks. So today we're going to be talking to Sabrina. But I think it's always great when the guests introduce themselves.
My name is Sabrina. Currently, I work for WP Media, the product called WP Rocket. I think everyone knows this product. Before that, I was doing and continuing doing WordPress multi-site consulting because I'm a huge fan of scaling WordPress in any terms. First time I installed WordPress, it was 10 years ago. It was so easy, so nice, comparing to other content management systems that I tried, that I just move on with it, trying to do things with it. And a few years later, I discovered myself being a backend developer all of a sudden. I work in support, and that's what we're doing for customers, making the web faster.
So we're trying to find out stories from people in the WordPress community. Stories that you can connect with. And Sabrina has a lovely one.
So my WordPress community story starts not with WordCamp, but with WordPress Meetup, I think like for many of us. But the first WordCamp Meetup I attended, it was the one where I have a talk. So I never was a part of WordPress community before. I never attended any events in my native town, in my native city in Kiev. So one day I was really depressed with staying away from people, as I'm a backend developer, and I spent most of my time working at home without seeing no one around me, but just messaging, emails and all the stuff. So I thought it would be a nice idea to go and to see people. And I just noticed that they wanted someone to speak about something. And I thought, why not? So I applied. And they accepted my application without knowing me. So I went there, gave a talk, and people in the community like it so much. There were a lot of questions, and I talked in that evening. I talked with people more than few months before in life, So a few months afterwards, And someone told me that if you really want to feel the spirit of WordPress community, like to feel what real WordPress community is, you should go and visit WordCamp London. So I checked the dates. I saw that they want speakers as well. So I applied for speaking at WordCamp London the year before. It was 2018. And they accepted it as well. So it was my first time, yes, to WordCamp. And first time speaking in public in English. First time to UK, obviously. So a lot of firsts for the last year. I don't know, it was such an amazing experience. I never felt something like this. I met so many nice people and I felt so warm and welcome there. It was like I knew these guys like forever. I asked someone, just a little example. My old laptop, it was really heavy. So I asked someone on Slack, like, guys, could you please borrow me a laptop for my talk? And there was one lady who told me that she will borrow her laptop not for my talk, but for all conference days. And without knowing me, without even seeing me ever in her life. So I just arrived there and she wasn't there. And she left her laptop at reception at Barbara's place. She just left it there. And I never met her because she wasn't there at all. I met her first time in Brighton that year. So, right, yes, do you know her? It was Anna Silva. I was absolutely like, it was such a not usual thing to do, you know. I felt so cool at WordCamp London last April. So the next day I arrived back home. I booked tickets for WordCamp Europe. Then at WordCamp Europe, I don't know. It's just like being around so many friends and like learning, studying, partying, like having fun, everything like all in one. I liked it so much.
WordCamps, like the one held each year in London, can be big, but WordCamp Europe is even bigger. I wondered if Sabrina had any concerns before attending either of them, that they were going to be overwhelming.
I can say that WordCamp London felt overwhelming to me. No, it was like very cool experience, like meeting a lot of people. And that's a nice thing. You're in talk with someone on interesting subjects and people come over and just join the conversation. And you meet people with different backgrounds and all of a sudden you find yourself like discussing the thing with one problem with different people, like with designers, marketing experts, developers, and you have like a concilium or something working on the same issue. It's cool.
In today's distributed world, it's easy to connect in the sense of writing messages on email and updates in Slack, but there's no substitute for meeting face to face. No matter how good the technology, real world, face to face is going to be different, better. And then of course, there's the food.
Absolutely. I don't know, but for some reason it seems to me that something has to be here with food also, because we like have few coffee breaks, right? And then we have dinner, and then we have some after party or something. And this is how you know people, and it's so natural. There is no like tension in meeting people, in starting conversation, in just go so natural. And the thing is that someone was sitting here for 10 minutes, you had nice conversation, and then this person goes to get some other food or something, or get coffee or tea, and someone else is sitting near you, and it's like Forrest Gump movie, right?
So there's plenty of chances to meet people. But do those friendships ever get past the superficial level? You know how it goes. You meet someone, exchange a few words, and then move off, never to speak again. Does Sabrina have any real, actual friends from WordCamp?
I suppose it will be like general statement if I say that WordPress gave me work, community, and friends. I think it's like it's for many of us. I can tell just a short story that happened just a few months ago. I went to WordCamp Vienna on April, and I met there, I don't know even a word in German. So I met there a few people who were speaking English, and among them was one lady who appeared to be from Bristol, and WordCamp Bristol was following on May. So this lady, it was her first WordCamp. She have never been to any WordCamps before. So she finds out that I'm speaking English, that I'm thinking about going to WordCamp Bristol, and she invites me to come and stay in Bristol at her home. Yes. So I just was happy to accept this offer. So I went and stayed at her home, and we became like really close friends. And also, I think because people are so open and willing to share what they know, I think this is the main thing as well, because WordCamps brings a lot of experts together, and they are not trying to sell their services as professional, but vice versa, trying to help with to contribute to do even a small bit of whatever they can do to help others to use WordPress, to build websites, to use some plugins more effectively, to share any knowledge or experience they have. And it's just so open and really open source, open source that comes from heart.
So there you go. WordCamps are great. You don't need to worry about it if you've never been before. You can make some real friendships if you just turn up and engage with the possibilities. The people are just like you. They like talking about code or plugins or themes. You'll be face to face with these people and, like Sabrina, you might just strike up some friendships that will last long after the WordCamp is finished. Now, you've just got to take the first step and buy your WordCamp ticket. The Press Forward podcast is a production of WP & Up. This mini-series is a collaborative effort by WPMU Dev and WP & Up. Mika Daly and me, Nathan Wrigley, produced this episode, and Mika created the original score. A special thanks to Sabrina for chatting with me today. And thanks to you for listening. And remember that together we can press forward.